So nextly we are going to put this an underarm or armpit motif here on this section. As I've already stated, this is the underarm side, and we'll begin joining from here, then on these joints, and then lastly with this corner we'll join it here like this, and then we'll move around working the 7th round to complete it around the motif. See, we'll begin joining it from here, from the underarm, then these corners will be covered, and the 7th round will be then completed around the motif. So let's get ahead. Into any of the chain 5 spaces, just bring in the loop, and we always begin working one chain and then work one SC in this chain 5, and then we just work the next into the next chain 5 a corner for the hexagon. So yarn over and into the next chain 5, work 6 DCs. Please work DCs here. Work 6 DCs as we always do. Please work DCs here, then chain 1, and now we'll first join this. I'll just flip it like this. I'll bring the shoulder section, and this is the armpit corner here, and we'll first join it with this corner here. See, here we have a join of 2 corners. The front and the back sections, back motifs are joined here. In this corner, between the join of the 2 corners here, in this space, from this side, as I'm doing, insert the hook, pull in the loop, work a slip, then chain 2, and now we'll work in the current motif. So yarn over into the same chain 5 space below, work 6 DCs. Please work DCs here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Having worked 6 DCs, we completed the corner. In the next chain 5 in the current motif, work 1 SC, then chain 2 will now join the midsection of the chains. On this side, this is the front side that we are working on to. In the next chain 5 of the corner, work 1 SC on the other motif, then chain 2 again. In the current motif, in the next chain 5, work 1 SC, then chain 2 on the other motif. In the next chain 5 space, work 1 SC from this side, then chain 2 on this front motif, just work 1 SC in the next chain 5. See, this midsection of the 5 chain spaces is properly done. Then we'll create a corner again and join it here, the next join. So then yarn over into the next chain 5, work 6 DCs. Please work DCs in the corner. 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, then chain 1, and between these 2 corners in this space, just as I'm showing you, from this side insert the hook, pull the loop, work a slip, then chain 2, yarn over and into the current motif in this chain 5 space, work 6 DCs to finish this corner here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Into the next chain 5, work 1 SC in the current motif here. So very well, we have joined this underarm section, and now we'll move up towards the shoulder side. So then chain 2, and in this next motif in the next chain 5 space here, work 1 SC, chain 2. In the current motif in the next chain 5, work 1 SC, work 2 more chains again on the motif next, that is behind, work 1 SC, then chain 2. In the current motif in the next chain 5, work 1 SC. Midsection of the chains is joined well with this motif as well. This is the motif, top corner motif of the 3rd row. Then yarn over, work 6 DCs into the next chain 5 space. We are creating a corner again. This is the 3rd corner that we are creating in this motif. So please work 6 DCs here, and then we'll be joining it with the next corner joins. Then chain 1, and we have this join between the 2 motifs here, between the 3rd motif and this corner motif here. In this join from this side, as I'm showing, insert the hook, bring the loop, work a slip, then chain 2, 1 and 2, and now we'll just finish this corner. So yarn over, work 6 DCs in the same chain 5 space below to finish the pattern for the corner on this current motif. 3, 4, 5 and 6. Work 1 SC. So here we have joined it till here. See, this is the join between the top corner 3rd row motif and this shoulder motif, and now we are going to join this motif with the shoulder motif. So let's get ahead. After creating the corner, I work the SC in the next chain 5 as we always do, then chain 2, and now in the shoulder motif, after the corner, in the next chain 5 space here, work 1 SC, chain 2 again, 1 and 2. In the current motif, in the next chain 5 space here, work 1 SC, then chain 2. In the shoulder motif, in the next chain 5 space here, work 1 SC and chain 2. In the current motif, in the next chain 5 space here, work 1 SC. The midsection of chains is created. See, we joined it with the corner join and then we work the midsection, then yarn over into the next chain 5 space, work 6 DCs. We are creating the next corner of this current motif. Please work 6 DCs here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and chain 1. Then in the shoulder motif with its next corner here, insert the hook into the corner, pull in the loop, work a slip, then chain 2 and yarn over into the same chain 5 space here. We'll just work 6 more DCs to finish the corner pattern here. Please work DCs here. 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then into the next chain 5, work 1 SC in the current motif. So we began working from this armpit section. This is exactly armpit side, then moved all along creating the corners and the midsections, as many motifs we got along, and then just complete the 7th round till you reach the end here. We'll just slip stitch in this SC. So here I have worked it all around, worked my last corner and one time chain 5 done, 1 SC done. This is the last chain 5 that I have done. Let's join it in this beginning SC of the 7th round here. In this beginning SC, insert the hook and work a slip stitch to end this round here as we always do. Simple. Put the knot, secure it well, cut the thread, sew in the loose ends wherever neatly. So we can see very beautifully with this corner motif of 3rd row and with this shoulder motif, see, that is joined on both the sides. We have put this underarm motif on the front side of the top and created it completely till here, and the same way we'll be putting a motif on the back side as well. So let's begin working the sleeve first. So bring in another motif, half it, and we are going to place it like this. This is how it's going to be joined with the shoulder motif and with this armpit motif nextly. So let's get ahead with this. It will be joined here with these corners and with this shoulder motif corner here on this side, and then complete it. So just bring in any of the motifs and into any of the chain 5 spaces, just bring in the loop, chain 1, work 1 SC in the same chain 5 space as we always begin. Yarn over, will create the corner. So into the next chain 5, work 6 DCs. Please work DCs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Having created 6 DCs, chain 1. And we'll first join the corner with the corner. So I'll just flip it over like this. It will be easy for me to work. This is the shoulder motif, this is the armpit motif. See, and here we'll keep it halved. Just like the shoulder motif, we are going to place it so. This corner will be joined with this motif. So please recognize the corner that I caught and work the corner as we always do. Bring in the loop, work a slip stitch, then chain 2, then yarn over and into the same chain 5 space below, work 6 DCs. Please work 6 DCs to complete the pattern for the corner on this current motif. 1, 2, 3. This is the underarm motif corner that we are joining this current motif with. 4. 5 and 6. Into the next chain 5 in the current motif, work 1 SC. Now we will work the midsection with this underarm motif. So then chain 2 and see here we have this next chain 5 at the corner that we just joined. Into this chain 5 space, work 1 SC, chain 2 in the current motif. In the next chain 5 space here, work 1 SC, chain 2. This in the underarm motif, in the next chain 5, work 1 SC, chain 2 in the current motif. The next chain 5 space here, work 1 SC. Now we'll create a corner and join it. So yarn over into the next chain 5, work 6 DCs. Please work DCs here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then chain 1. We have this corner join. See the two corners, the underarm motif and the shoulder motif corner join. So insert the hook between this join as we always do. Pull in the loop, work a slip stitch, then chain 2. Be careful to grab the central position. Chain 2, else the stitches will be clumsy. Yarn over and work 6 DCs into the same chain 5 space below in the current motif to finish the pattern for the corner in this motif. 3, 4, please work DCs here. 5 and 6. Into the next chain 5 here in the current motif, work 1 SC. So let's have a look. See, this is the armpit motif that we have joined it, and now we have begun joining it with the shoulder motif. So then after this SC, chain 2, we'll join the chain 5 spaces together between the two motifs. In the next chain 5 space on the shoulder motif, work 1 SC, then chain 2. In the current motif, in the next chain 5 space here, work 1 SC, then chain 2. In the shoulder motif, next chain 5 space, work 1 SC, then chain 2. In the current motif, in the next chain 5 space here, work 1 SC. Beautifully we joined the midsection of the chains. Now create a corner, yarn over into the next chain 5 space. In the current motif, work 6 DCs. Please work DCs here. I reiterate. 4, 5 and 6. Then chain 1 and into this folded corner of the shoulder that is folded into half. Just through it, bring in the loop like this. Chain 2. Yarn over, again work 6 DCs into the current motif in the same chain 5 space below. We are just finishing the corner pattern in this current motif. 4, please work DCs here. 5 and 6. Work 1 SC into the next chain 5 in the current working motif. Beautiful. So we joined all along till here, and now we'll just create the 7th round around this motif. So here I have completed the 7th round around this motif and worked the last corner and worked the first time chain 5 and SC and worked the second time chain 5 also. Let's end it here. Into this very first SC that we began working the 7th round with, insert the hook, work a slip stitch to join this round here. Put a knot and cut the thread, secure the knots well. So this gets completed here. So here this armpit motif, the shoulder motif, and this next motif, the sleeve motif, is put properly. Now we'll work the armpit motif on the back side. So I'll just flip the top over and see, this is the armpit section on the back of this top, and we'll work a join here, bringing a motif here, and we'll join it. So let's get ahead. This is the motif and we'll just join it all along these sides, and we'll go up also slightly. I'll tell you later. So bring another motif that's completed till 6 rounds into any of the chain 5, bring in the loop, chain 1 and work 1 SC in this chain 5 space here like this. Yarn over, we'll first create the corner, so work 6 DCs into the next chain 5 space in the current motif. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, then chain 1. And see, this is the armpit corner here. This here, as I can show you properly. Let's begin joining it with this shoulder next to the shoulder motif, the motif that is just placed next to the shoulder, that is halved, and let's move along these sides. So we'll begin working from this corner. I'll just rotate it for my convenience. So into this very corner, bring in the loop, work a slip, then chain 2, then yarn over into the same chain 5 space below in the current motif, work 6 DCs to complete the corner pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Into the next chain 5 in the same motif, work 1 SC. Then let's work the chain 5 spaces, chain 2, and in this motif that you are joining it with, in the next chain 5 space, work 1 SC, chain 2. In the current motif, in the next chain 5 space, work 1 SC, then chain 2. On the other motif, in the next chain 5 space, from this side, work 1 SC, then chain 2. In the current motif, in the next chain 5 space, work 1 SC. We join the midsection of the chains together, then yarn over into the next chain 5 in the current motif, work 6 DCs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, then chain 1. And this is the corner join between the shoulder motif and the next motif that is halved. Between this stitch, bring in the loop, work a slip stitch, chain 2 and yarn over into the same chain 5 space in the current motif, work 6 DCs to finish the corner pattern here. 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then into the next chain 5 in the current motif, work 1 SC. We created the corner and joined it with the two motifs, and then chain 2. After the SC, chain 2. Now we'll join it with the shoulder motif. So in the next chain 5 on the shoulder motif, work 1 SC, then chain 2. In the current motif, in the next chain 5, work 1 SC and chain 2. Then in the shoulder motif, in the next chain 5 here, work 1 SC from this side like this, then chain 2. Sorry, it gets slipped off. Then chain 2 in the current motif, in the next chain 5 here, work 1 SC. Simple. Then yarn over, will again create a corner in the next chain 5. In the next chain 5 again, work 6 DCs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then chain 1. And we have a corner join here between the top corner motif in the third row and the shoulder motif. Insert the hook, pull in the loop, bring in the loop, work a slip stitch and then chain 2. Now yarn over, work 6 DCs into the same chain 5 space in the current motif to finish the corner pattern in this current motif. Work 6 DCs here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Into the next chain 5 in the same motif, work 1 SC. Now we'll create the midsection of the chain. So then chain 2. Now we are moving to this top third row in its corner motif, work 1 SC in the next chain 5, then chain 2. In the current motif, in the next chain 5, work 1 SC and chain 2. On the motif behind, the corner motif of the third row here, in the next chain 5, work 1 SC and chain 2. In the current motif, in the next chain 5 here, work 1 SC and chain 2. Midsection of chains done properly. See? Now we'll create the next corner and join it alongside. We worked till here all the way round. So let's get ahead. Now yarn over and into the next chain 5, create 6 DCs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. then chain 1, and now we have reached this underarm section where the front and the back motifs are joined. Between the join, insert the hook, bring in the loop, work a slip and chain 2. Yarn over, work 6 DCs in the current motif in the same chain 5 space below to finish the corner pattern here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. The current motif in the next chain 5, here work 1 SC, chain 2, and now we'll work the midsection, this one. So in the next chain 5 on the other motif, work 1 SC, then chain 2 in the current motif. In the next chain 5, work 1 SC and chain 2. On the other motif, in the next chain 5 here, work 1 SC and chain 2. The current motif in the next chain 5 here, work 1 SC, and then we'll create the corner and join it here. So yarn over into the next chain 5 here, work 6 DCs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, then chain 1. Now this is the join between the front and the back motifs on the third row. So between the corner, insert the hook, bring in the loop, work a slip, chain 2 and yarn over, work 6 DCs in the same chain 5 space below in the current motif to finish the corner pattern here. 3, 4, 5 and 6. In the next chain 5, work 1 SC. Let's have a look what we have joined until yet. So here we began working from this next to the shoulder motif, worked it with the shoulder motif, then with this top corner motif, the third row, until here this is the underarm motif. This corner is the underarm motif corner where we have joined it. We'll join it along this side as well. So let's get ahead. Chain 2 in the next chain 5 space on the other motif on the back side, work 1 SC, then chain 2. In the current motif in the next chain 5, work 1 SC, chain 2. On the motif on the back in the next chain 5, work 1 SC in chain 2. In the current motif in the next chain 5, work 1 SC and chain 2. Work 1 SC, and nextly we are going to create a corner. Please work 1 SC and then yarn over, work 6 DCs into the next chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, then chain 1, and we'll join the corners. So after the chain 1, join the corner with the slip stitch, then chain 2 and yarn over, work 6 DCs into the same chain 5 space in this current working motif to complete the corner pattern here. This is the armpit motif on the back side of the top that we are joining it. So we have joined it till here, till this SC, from this exact armpit till up here. Nextly, we will not join this section. This is open for the sleeve. So after this chain 5, we'll just finish the 7th round around this motif. Current motif, work 1 SC in the next chain 5, chain 5 again, into the next chain 5 here, work 1 SC. We are simply working the 7th round as much is left. So after this next chain 5, because we have reached the end, just in the starting motif, starting SC, work 1 slip stitch. So here this 2 motifs are joined well, and now nextly the way I am folding the sleeve, just keep the sleeve like this. It will look like this, and bring in another motif. We are going to join it along the corners here on this side. This is the sleeve in progression. So into any of the chain 5 spaces, this is the positioning of this motif. So we have to bring the sleeve open like this, place like this as I have placed. So please have a look at it, you'll get to know. So nextly we'll join it with this motif below into any of the chain 5 spaces, bring in the loop, chain 1, work 1 SC. This time we'll begin working with the chain 5 join. So chain 2, and in the next motif here, in the next chain 5 after this corner, we'll join these corners later. So we'll begin working with the chain 5 spaces. So in this chain 5 next to the corner that I just shown, work 1 SC, then chain 2, and into the next chain 5 in the current motif, here work 1 SC, then chain 2. In the next chain 5, in the motif below, work 1 SC and chain 2. In the current motif, in the next chain 5, work 1 SC and chain 2. Sorry, just work 1 SC, it's properly joined, the midsection of the chains. Now we'll create a corner and join. So yarn over into the next chain 5, work 6 DCs here in the current motif. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then chain 1, and we have these two corners joined here. Through this side, inside the hook, work a slip stitch, then chain 2, yarn over, work 6 more DCs in the same chain 5 space below. So work 6 DCs in the same chain 5 space in the current motif to finish the pattern for the corner in the current motif. In the next chain 5 here, work 1 SC. Till now you have properly understood the pattern. Chain 2. In the next chain 5, again work the midsection, and please work it till here, till you complete 4 corners, and I'll see you here. So I've joined it with the same pattern as we have done till now. See, this is how it looks. And here I have 2 corners open in this current motif. Now bring in 2 motifs. See, I'm just showing the placing, how they'll be placed nextly. This is the sleeve in progression. Now the 2 motifs will be placed like this. So let's get ahead and join them with the sleeve. So bring in 1 motif, and on this side we'll join it first with these corners. See, this is how it will be joined. So let's get ahead. So just into any of the chain 5 spaces in this motif, the new motif, bring in the loop, chain 1, work 1 SC into this chain 5, yarn over, we'll again create the corner. In the next chain 5, work 6 DCs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, then chain 1, and see here the corner into which we have to begin joining it. See, here we have 2 corners, one on both the sides of the top, one from both the sides of the top. Just join the 2 corners, pull in the loop, work a slip, then chain 2. We had not joined those corners earlier, so because I wanted to join the 3 corners together, so I'm joining the 3 corners here together. Then chain 2, yarn over, work 6 DCs in the current motif in the same chain 5 space below. I hope you got to know what I just did. If there is a confusion, just rewind this video and you'll get to know what I have done. It's very simple. Then work 1 SC into the next chain 5, then work chain 2, and here in this motif that we are joining it into, on this side in the next chain 5, work 1 SC, then chain 2. The current motif in the next chain 5, work 1 SC, then chain 2. The other motif in the next chain 5, work 1 SC and chain 2. In the current motif in the next chain 5, work 1 SC. Next we will create a corner. So yarn over into the next chain 5 space here, work 6 DCs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Just having a look of where I am attaching the motifs, you'll get to know how to do it. Then chain 1, and see, again we have 2 corners here from the front and the back motifs. Join all the 3 corners together like this, bring in the loop, work a slip, then chain 2, and again let's finish this current motif corner. So in the current motif in the same chain 5 space below, work 6 DCs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. In the next chain 5 space in the current motif, work 1 SC. So this is what we have joined till now. Nextly, we'll move working the 7th round around this current motif. So we'll just rotate it for my convenience. Nextly, because we are just working the 7th round, work 5 chains, work 1 SC in the next chain 5 again into the next chain 5 in the current motif, work 1 SC, then yarn over, work 6 DCs in the next chain 5 space of the current motif. So when we bring it and place it like this, this is how it looks. If you fold it, this motif will be folded. So we have joined from here. This will be joined along these edges. So work 6 DCs in the next chain 5. We are creating the corner. Chain 3 and work 6 more DCs in the same chain 5 space below. And 1, 2, 3, work 3 more corners till here. We'll join these corners together when we'll reach there. So just work the 7th round around it and we'll join it later on here. See, we are working on the 3rd row of the sleeve where we have put fully spread motifs, but for the sake of joining we have halved it. So here in this motif I have worked it till the 5th corner and worked the midsection of chains also. Nextly I'll create the 6th corner and alongside I'll join it with the motif here on the front. So then yarn over into the next chain 5 space here, work 6 DCs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, then chain 1 and the corner that I just showed you. In this corner, insert the hook, bring in the loop, work a slip stitch, then chain 2, then yarn over, work 6 more DCs. See, this is where we are joining it along this side, along this edge on the front only. So yarn over, work 6 more DCs in the current motif in the same chain 5 space below to finish the corner, this pattern here for this motif. This is the 3rd and the last row of the sleeve that we are working at present. In the next chain 5, work 1 SC, then chain 2 on the other motif in the very next chain 5 after the corner, work 1 SC, then chain 2. In the current motif in the next chain 5, work 1 SC and chain 2 on the other motif in the next chain 5, work 1 SC and chain 2. Now in this current motif here we have the starting SC for the round 7. Just before this corner we always work 1 SC. So insert the hook into this SC here. This is the SC and work a slip stitch, put a knot and cut the thread. Secure it really well. This is well joined here. See, these are the 2 motifs of the 3rd row that will look all opened up later. So now bring in another motif that has to lie on the opposite side. Into end of the chain 5, just bring in the loop, work 1 SC in this chain 5, then yarn over, will first begin creating the corner. Yarn over into the next chain 5 in the current motif, work 6 DCs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, then chain 1. We'll begin joining the corners now. So here into this corner we'll begin joining it. I'll just flip it onto this side for my convenience. I'll keep it like this. It will be easy for me to join them together. See, ultimately they'll look like this, but I'm keeping them like this for your convenience of understanding. So it is looking halved, but it will come all opened up. So in this corner, between the join of 2 corners that is lying on the lower side of the sleeve here, From this side, at the center of it, insert the hook between the join. As we always do, bring in the loop, work a slip, then chain 2, yarn over, work 6 DCs in the same chain 5 space below where we already are creating this corner. Work 6 DCs here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Into the next chain 5 in the current motif, work 1 SC here. Then chain 2 on the other motif that we just joined the corner with. Into its next chain 5, work 1 SC, then chain 2 in the current motif in the next chain 5, work 1 SC and chain 2 on the other motif in the next chain 5, work 1 SC and chain 2. In the current motif in the next chain 5, work 1 SC. Now I'll create another corner. So yarn over into the next chain 5, work 6 DCs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then chain 1, we'll join the corners. See, here we have this corner join of 2 motifs. Between this join, insert the hook, bring in the loop, work a slip, then chain 2, yarn over. Let's finish this corner in the current motif in the same chain 5 space below, work 6 small DCs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Into the next chain 5 in the current motif, work 1 SC. Now create the midsection of the chain. So then chain 2 on the next motif that we are going to join it to. In the very next chain 5, work 1 SC, then chain 2 in the current motif. In the next chain 5, work 1 SC, then chain 2. On the other motif, in the next chain 5, work 1 SC and chain 2 in the current motif. In the next chain 5 here, work 1 SC. So we have worked till here. Now from here, we'll just join this corner also and then create a 7th round around it. So after having created the midsection, yarn over into the next chain 5 space in the current motif, work 6 DCs. 1, 2 already done, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then chain 1 and we have this next corner here on the motif behind. Through it, bring in the loop, work a slip, then chain 2, yarn over. In the current motif, work 6 DCs in the same chain 5 space below to finish the corner pattern in this motif. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then work 1 SC into the very next chain 5 space here. So this is how it looks if it's put halved like this. Else, these are the 2 motifs of the 3rd row of the sleeve that will lie flat on the sleeve. They will really look good. So here I have joined, we began joining from this corner. We have worked 3 corners together. Now work this motif with the 7th round. Work 2 more corners here. And when you reach the 6th corner, we'll begin joining it with the other motif again and join the midsection ahead. So just work 3 more corners, reach the 3rd in the last corner, the 6th corner here, and then we'll join it here. So work the 7th round till here. So see, I have worked it. This is the 6th corner that I am already creating. I have worked 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 corners. After the 5 corners, I have worked the midsection of the chains and I am creating the 6th corner. And here till 6 DCs I have worked the 6 DCs in this corner, 6 and chain 1 also, and in the corner on the back, insert the hook, work a slip, then chain 2, yarn over, work 6 more DCs in the current motif in the same chain 5 space below. This is the 6th corner of the current motif that I am working into. When we began working, I already had 6 DCs worked in the 6th corner here. Don't get confused with all that. Into the next chain 5 in the current motif, work 1 SC, then chain 2. Then on the other motif in the back, in the next chain 5, work 1 SC and chain 2. In the current motif in the next chain 5, work 1 SC and chain 2. On the other motif in the next chain 5 here, work 1 SC and chain 2. In the current motif here, Just before the corner DCs, here we have the starting SC on the 7th round. Insert the hook, work a slip stitch here. To join this round perfectly, put a knot and cut the thread, secure it really well. The third round of the sleeve that has two all spread motifs have to be joined is completed here. The sleeves gets complete here. It looks really beautiful. So here we have completed this sleeve successfully and crocheted together. It's all joined well and that has come up really beautiful. Please sew in the loose ends wherever. This is how it looks on the cuff side, the opening side of the sleeve. And so one sleeve is crocheted well. Just following the same pattern of the sleeve, begin working the sleeve on the other side and work this armpit section and the entire sleeve following the same pattern as we just finished together, and you will be through. So here our top gets completed as such. See, all the 3 rows of the top get completed properly, joined well. Put the armpit section, the shoulder section and went up to create the sleeve. It's all crocheted till now well. I have created the other sleeve following the same pattern, and so this top is as such complete. Nextly, on this lower bottom border of the zigzag boundary of the top, we are going to work a simple border, an edge around it, and then we'll work a simple border around the neck to sum it up. Also around the cuffs here at the edge of it, we'll work the simple border. So let's get ahead. So here this is the neck side of this top and this is the bottom side that we are going to work the edge onto. And see, I have turned this top upside down, so this is the wrong side of the top and the lower border around which we are going to work the edging. We'll be working the border on the wrong side of the top, so into any of the corners, be it a corner join or any corner, independent corner of the motif, just bring in the loop through it and we'll begin working from here. Then chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. We are going to work a bobble here, so yarn over and into the 4th chain from hook, insert to the hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over again. The second time, insert into the same chain below, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over again, insert into the same chain below, pull up the loops, pull through 2 loops, yarn over. The 4th time, insert into the same chain, pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So 4 times we went for this process, then yarn over, pull through all the loops and a bobble is created. And here in this very corner where we had began working it, insert the hook, work a slip stitch like this. Remember, this is the wrong side of the top that we have worked the bobble onto. And nextly, chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and here skip 2 DCs. Atop the 3rd DC, insert the hook and work 1 SC. Simple. Chain 4 again, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Skip all the DCs ahead. In the next SC, insert the hook, work 1 SC. This is how we are going to go about the corners. Then we have 2 5-chain spaces ahead. Chain 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Skip all the 5 chains and atop the next SC, work 1 SC. Chain 5 again, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Skip all the 5 chains. Atop the next SC, insert the hook, work 1 SC. Simple. Now we have reached the other corner next to it. So here again, chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Skip 2 DCs. Atop the 3rd DC, insert the hook and work 1 SC. Chain 4 again, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Skip all these DCs and in the corner here, insert the hook, work a slip, then chain 7. We're going to work a bobble, yarn over, insert the hook into the 4th chain from hook, pull up the loop, pull through 2 loops, yarn over again, insert into the same chain space, pull up the loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Second time done, 3rd time again, repeat the same process, yarn over, insert the hook into the 4th chain and repeat the process one more time. Then yarn over, pull through all the loops. A bobble is created. Again in this corner chain, insert the hook and again work a slip stitch. A bobble is created again here. Simple. This is how it looks. Then again chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, skip 2 DCs. Atop the third DC, again insert the hook, work 1 SC. Chain 4 again, 1, 2, 3 and 4, skip all the DCs ahead. In the next SC ahead, work 1 SC. We have 2 chain 5 spaces ahead, work 5 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Skip the chain 5, in the next SC, work 1 SC, chain 5 again, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Skip the chain 5, atop the next SC, work 1 SC like this. Again chain 4, we have reached the corner. Skip 2 DCs, atop the third DC, insert the hook and work 1 SC. Chain 4 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, work a slip in this corner here. We have to reach the corner here, we will work a bobble. So then chain 7, then yarn over, insert the hook into the fourth chain, pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over again, insert the hook into the fourth chain, pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Again repeat the process the third time and then the fourth time. Simple. And then yarn over, pull through all the loops. A little bobble is created here. Into the same corner chain space here, work 1 slip like this. This is how it looks. This is the wrong side at present. Now chain 4, skip 2 DCs below. Atop the third DC here, insert the hook, work 1 SC. Chain 4 again, 1, 2, 3 and 4, skip all the DCs ahead. In the next SC, work 1 SC, nextly. So we create the corner again, this is the pattern. So here we began working into the corner chain 3, we work the bobble and then chain 4, work 1 SC atop the third DC, then chain 4, work the SC atop the next SC ahead. Then we chain 5 atop the chain 5 space and worked 1 SC atop the next SC, chain 5, work 1 SC atop the next SC. Then we have reached this corner. So then chain 4, skip 2 DCs atop the third DC, work 1 SC, chain 4, in the corner work a slip, then work a bobble with chain 7 as I have already explained here. So just like this is the pattern that we are going to work all the way round till we reach the end. So here I have worked the same border all the way round on my top. See, it's done well and I've reached the end, the last corner. We're just going to work it together and end it up. I've worked the last set of 5 chains twice, worked this last SC and then here, after this SC, after the chain 5 here, chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, skip 2 DCs atop the third DC, work 1 SC, chain 4 again, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and just at the base of this bobble here, insert the hook and work a slip stitch to join this here. This gets completed, put a knot and cut the thread, secure it really well. This very simple edging around the lower bottom of this top is ready. So the pattern that we have followed working this edging around the bottom of this top, the same pattern has to be followed to work the edging on the cuff or the sleeve side, on the cuff side of the sleeve as well. See, we have 2 motifs here joined on the third row of the sleeve. On both the sleeves, just work the same border around these 2 motifs, working the same pattern around them. Nextly, around this neckline, we are just going to work a very simple border around it. So let's get ahead with that. So here, at the very center of this neck on the front side of the top, between the join of these 2 corners in the front, insert the hook into the join, bring in the loop and please work 4 chains here after bringing in the loop. Then work 4 more chains. These first starting 4 chains stand for a triple crochet and the next chain 4 account for the chain 4 gap. Then yarn over twice, skip all the DCs ahead and atop the next SC in the row below here. Insert the hook and work a triple crochet like this. So after we brought in the loop, we work 8 chains and then atop the next SC we have worked a triple crochet here. This is how it looks. Nextly, we have this chain 5 section below. So here chain 2. Atop the DCs we had worked 4 chain space. Atop the chain 5 space below, work 2 chains, yarn over twice, skip all the 5 chains below. Atop the next SC below, work a triple crochet like this. This is what we have worked. Chain 2 again, we have another chain 5 section below. And then yarn over twice and skip all the 5 chains. Atop the next SC, insert the hook and work a triple crochet. Simple pattern for the round 1. This is how it looks. The same pattern is to be followed all over. We have reached the other corner. We have 2 corner join here. So then atop the corner we chain 4. So work 4 chains, then yarn over twice. And after this, all the DCs of this corner, in the center join between the 2 corners here, inside the hook, work a triple crochet. This is how we have to go about it between the joins. And atop the chain 5 we are working 2 chain gap, and atop the DCs of the corner we are working 4 chain gap. Just remember this much. Simple. So again we have a corner ahead, so we are going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4, yarn over twice, skip all the DCs below. Atop the next SC below, inside the hook, work a triple crochet. Simple. Now we have 2 chain 5 spaces ahead. So then chain 2 for this chain 5 space. Next to it we are going to work 2 chain gap. So work 2 chains, yarn over twice, skip all the chain 5 below. Atop the next SC, work a triple crochet like this. For another chain 5 also, just work 2 chains, 1 and 2, yarn over twice, skip all the 5 chains below. Atop the next SC, work a triple crochet like this. Simple. This is how this round 1 looks around the neck. Simple net is created. Just create this border around it. Let's do it for a short while together. So around this we have reached this DC section. So work 4 chains, then yarn over twice, and at the center of this join of the 2 corners, inside the hook, work a triple crochet. Again we have another corner here. So here also work 4 chains, 1, 2, 3 and 4, yarn over twice, skip all the DCs. Atop the next SC below, work a triple crochet. Simple. We have chain 5 spaces ahead. This is how we are working onto the corners, and atop the chain 5 spaces here we work 2 chains. So then after the triple crochet, work 2 chains, yarn over twice, skip the chain 5, and atop the next SC after the chain 5 space, work a triple crochet like this. For the next chain 5 also follow the same pattern. So work 2 chains, yarn over twice, skip the 5 chains. Atop the next SC, inside the hook, work a triple crochet. Simple. So just keep following this pattern around the corner and atop the chain 5 spaces, and I'll see you here at the end of this round. So I have joined this round here. To join this round, having worked the last set of 4 chains, insert the hook into the 4th chain and work a slip stitch. I have already done it. For the round 2, chain 1 and work 1 SC into the same triple crochet below. Then we have this chain 4 space ahead, work 2 SCs, 1 and 2. Then chain 3, work a picot with this chain 3 atop this SC. And again into the same chain 4 space, work 2 more SCs, 1 and 2. Simple. Atop the next triple crochet, work 1 SC. This is how it looks. After this picot, we have 1, 2 and 3 SCs worked. Into the next chain 2 space here, work 2 SCs, 1 and 2. In every chain 2 space, we'll work 2 SCs. Atop the next triple crochet, then we have 5 SCs worked. Atop the next triple crochet, work 1 SC. Then work 3 chains and work a picot. So when moving from chain 4, working into chain 4 space, then working into chain 2 space, we have a gap of 6 SCs between the 2 picots. Remember, between these 2 picots, we have 6 SCs. Just remember this. Otherwise, elsewhere we'll be having 5 SCs between the 2 picots, but when you're going to work first into the chain 4 space and then you move into the chain 2 space, we have a gap of 6 SCs between the 2 picots. Just remember this much for this round. Again into the next chain 2 space, here work 2 SCs, 1 and 2, and we always work a picot atop every triple crochet. So then atop the next triple crochet, work 1 SC. Then into the next chain 4, we have 3 SCs worked. Into the next chain 4, work 2 SCs, 1 and 2. Then chain 3, work a picot. So here between these 2 picots, we have 5 SCs worked. Into the same chain 4, work 2 more SCs. This is the pattern we follow for the chain 4 spaces. 2 SC, picot, 2 SC. Then this is how it looks. Atop the next triple crochet, work 1 SC. We always work an SC atop the triple crochet. And we have one more chain 4 space ahead. This is join of the corner. So into this chain 4 space again work 2 SCs. So here we have worked 5 SCs. Just remember these spaces. Then chain 3, work a picot here, and into the same chain 4 work 2 more SCs. The same pattern is followed for all the chain 4 spaces. Atop the next triple crochet, work 1 SC. Simple. Now we are moving from chain 4 space to chain 2 space, so we'll be having a gap of 6 SCs. So into the next chain 2 work 2 more SCs. Atop this triple crochet, work 1 SC, and then chain 3, work a picot. So here in such a space that also was there in the very beginning, when we move from chain 4 space into a chain 2 space, we have a gap of 6 SCs between the 2 picots. Then into the next chain 2, work 2 SCs, work 1 SC of the next triple crochet. Into the next chain 4, work 2 SCs, then chain 3, work a picot, work 2 here. Between these 2 picots, see, we have a gap of 5 SCs only. Then again work 2 SCs into this chain 4 space. The pattern for the chain 4 space is always same, and we always work a 1 SC atop this triple crochet. So work 1 SC atop the next triple crochet. We have this chain 4 space ahead, work 2 SCs into this chain 4 space. Now we have 5 SCs worked. Now chain 3 and work a picot. If you will just follow it calmly, you'll get to know it's a very simple pattern. Work 2 more SCs into the same chain 4 space, then work 1 SC atop the next triple crochet. This is what we are creating. Now we have this next chain space ahead, work 2 SCs into the next chain 2 space and work 1 SC atop this triple crochet, and then chain 3, work a picot. So here between the 2 picots we have a gap of 6 SCs. This is the place only where we have a gap of 6 SCs. Elsewhere we maintain a gap of 5 SCs between 2 picots. So into the next space here, work 2 SCs into the same space, and then atop the next triple crochet work 1 SC. Into the next chain 4 work 2 SCs, then chain 3 and work a picot. Simple. Into the same chain 4 space work 2 more SCs. 2 SC, a picot, and 2 SC is the pattern for any chain 4 space. Then work 1 SC atop the next triple crochet. So here we began working like this, and here this is how we have been creating it. Just keep following the pattern and I'll see you having worked it all till the end. Just follow the same pattern and I'll see you at the end. So here I have worked it all the way around this border of SCs and picots. The second round is done and I've reached the end. Let's end it together. So I have worked this this last set of chain 2 space, into which I have worked this picot before it and work 2 SCs into this last set of 2 chains, then work 1 SC atop this triple crochet, and into the last set of chain 4 here work 2 SCs, 1 and 2, then chain 3 and work a picot. Into the same chain 4 here work 2 more SCs, 1 and 2, and to end this round here, see here we have this very beginning SC atop this triple crochet, insert the hook atop it and work a slip to join it here. This round gets completed. Put a knot, secure the thread really well, cut it and secure the knot. The second round is done. Very beautifully we have lined this neckline with this simple edging and it looks gorgeous. I hope you loved this top pattern. I enjoyed working it with you. Thanks for stopping by. Much love to you all. See you next time.